Hi, my name's Kate. Okay, do me a favor for just a sec. Imagine that you're stuck in the school closet with the most handsome boy in your school. And on top of that, he wasn't even invited. Honestly, you were the first one to get there. What would you do or even think in such a situation? When I was hiding in that closet, I couldn't even imagine that someone would appear there too. And of course, I did not expect Dan, of all people, to join me in there. Dan, he's a total dreamboat. All the girls in our school thought so too, even the seniors. And he sneaked in the closet just to see me. He even closed the door, just like in those cheesy soap operas that my mom likes. So, I bet you're wondering how I even wound up there in that closet. Oh, well, it's pretty obvious. I was spying, that's how. I had a feeling that two girls from my class were plotting something, and I decided to eavesdrop on them. My friends said that I was absurd and left me alone on the mission, but that's their problems. Such frivolities could not stop me. Anyway, I decided to sneak into the closet, which was connected to the dressing room, where those two girls liked to talk. Truth be told, I was not really hiding and had no purpose to do so. Nearly anyone could see me in there. So, when Dan decided to join me, I just knew that he was completely aware of where I was hiding. Certainly, I thought that he was doing it on purpose, just for me. I couldn't be happier when he found out that the door was locked. Meanwhile, Dan was looking quite mysterious, licking his lips all the time and flirting with me. I have no experience around boys, honestly. I knew how to hit back, but I was completely unaware of how to be close to someone in a romantic way. But I was sure that my sexy glance, which, I totally practiced in front of the mirror super hard, would be on point. I tried to flirt in the best way possible. And what would you do in my shoes? Like, seriously. I was pretty confident in my charm. I was smiling and joking, and not worse than any experienced comedian, mind you. Dropping a hint that Dan could kiss me right then at that moment. At first, he was just having fun, to be honest. I could totally see that in his face. But then he started making eyes at me so strongly. He even touched my hand. But we didn't have a chance to have a little, heart-to-heart. The school quartermaster came and was, super angry. The old goat kept swearing and picking the lock, which was totally out of order. But I was sure, I just knew that from this very moment, me and Dan would be together, just like Romeo and Juliet or like Edward and Bella. Dreaming about all these romantic things, I went home. I even forgot all about those girls I initially planned to eavesdrop on. I discussed the future of me and Dan with my friends. Well, who could expect anything else? I even gave names to our children, a boy and a girl, naturally. Although my friends told me that the whole situation was quite weird, especially because Dan was, officially dating some senior girl. But she was totally not a good match for him. Not only was she way too old for him, about 2 years older, she looked so plain. Even nerds wouldn't end up interested in her, to say nothing of Dan. I tried to convince my friends that Dan just realized that I was the love of his life. They seemed convinced. But my happiness didn't last for too long. It disappeared the very next moment I saw Dan kissing that dang senior girl. I rushed to them and tried to grab my happiness from her tenacious, miserable hands. Dan told me to get lost in front of the whole school. He said that I was an idiot, and it would be so foolish of me to think that after our closet affair there could be something between us, anything between us. He continued talking, but I barely heard anything after that. Everyone was laughing, and I felt so embarrassed. I thought that everything was serious between us. How could he be so mean to me? Dan made a fool of me in front of everybody, laughed in my face. Then he made fun of me in class. He was joking, making faces, trying to show how I was flirting with him. Why would he do something like that? Why didn't he tell me right away that it was a mistake? I lost all my faith in boys right then and there, and now I'm afraid to ever speak to someone again. How can I possibly forget Dan, what with his flirting and his winking? I'm afraid that all the boys are just like him and just want to make fun of me. Besides, his friends already tried to do the same thing, but I was aware of their cruel intentions and wouldn't give them a chance. Now I'm convinced that miracles don't happen. Listen up, girls. If the hottest guy in your school is flirting with you, there's a very strong possibility that he just wants to make fun of you, and it doesn't mean anything serious for him. And yeah, I never found out what my classmates were plotting. Ugh, it's just so frustrating. Absolutely nothing worked out for me. Ugh! And it's all Dan's fault. He ruined everything.
Hi, everybody. My name's Dan, and as you've probably already guessed, I want to share my story with you. Also, I want to point out that everyone should thoroughly think over all their actions and words. Well, everything was cut and dry. I didn't want to chase this girl, Kate, or even talk to her by any means. I had my own business in that closet and didn't know that it was already occupied. We're going to have a test that week. I had huge issues with math, so my report card could be full of low grades. My future was at stake, and also my parents promised me some gifts for good grades, so I just did what I should have done. Seniors gave me a good hint, a combination for the teacher's lockbox with the tests, so I wanted to hide and wait for her to leave the classroom and then take what I wanted. Or I could just make a photo. The best place for my mission was that closet. You've already guessed that my actions had nothing to do with some crazy girl, especially with that girl. Well, for starters, I have a girlfriend. She's wonderful, and I love her, trust me. Another thing is that, to be honest, I think Kate is a little bit weird, as well as her friends. I don't know why they behave so crazy sometimes, but all my classmates can see that. Those girls make up some bizarre stuff all the time. She eavesdrops and then rumors, making stuff up to hold the interest. Nobody would like that, so she's not very popular in our school. And what's the point of being friends with such a girl who will immediately tell everyone some dirty things about you? Or she will make them up if she won't find anything scandalous enough. Even nerds and losers don't want to be with her. And then we got stuck in that damn closet with the broken lock on the door. Seriously, it was the worst possible time for the lock to jam. And all that was so stupid. I didn't even think about other so-called residents of that closet, just rushed in and closed the door. I didn't know that it could be locked that way, so I was very nervous and leaned on the door rather desperately. The moment was really stupid. I'm trying to find the doorknob, and Kate, I guess she was trying to flirt with me, but it didn't look good. I felt like in the airport, being inspected by security. Nothing pleasant and no escape. I thought it was a good idea to play along and then laugh with friends at the situation. I even didn't try to flirt. I was saving my hands and feet from her aggressive flings. I don't know why Kate thought that her actions looked cool. She was just tiptoeing all the time and even managed to step on my feet. Her imagination worked quite well to fill in everything that was missing. She was sure that I was actively flirting with her. I nervously waited for the locksmith to come, afraid of the very real possibility of ending up blown to pieces. Fortunately, I was saved pretty soon. I'm glad that school authorities care about children who got stuck in closets. So after a horrendous 15 minutes, which seemed like an eternity for me, I was free. I'm sure that Kate also felt like an eternity, yet in a different way. I didn't hear what she has told her friends. To be honest, I just got away as fast as possible. Well, it was more like a tactical retreat than a coward escape. A very fast tactical retreat, to be more precise. I didn't have the possibility to find answers for the test as well. The half of the school was there to see what happened. The next day there was such a show. I planned to stare at her during class, maybe wink or tell something ambiguous for her to get mad, but she went nuts without my help. Oh, you should have seen how she ambushed me. I swear, for the moment I had a feeling that I was an unfaithful husband who cheated on his old wife. But then I got over that and turned the game around, making a fool of her. Don't think bad of me. I'm not some kind of sadist, and I don't usually bully girls like that. Usually. But Kate and her friends were a great pain for the whole school. They were not just gossiping, they made everyone believe their shameless rumors. But fortunately, they stopped after that episode. I'm glad that everybody saw that. I take it as my personal vendetta. From that time, the only thing which Kate got was laughter. She could say everything she wanted, cry in the washroom, or look all disapprovingly. Anyway, We were glad that nobody buys our stories again. The closet door was fixed. Later, we were hiding there with my love, and it turned out to be far more interesting than that story with Kate. What do you think about this story and its characters? Share your opinion in the comments section. Like this video, share with friends, and don't forget to subscribe not to miss the next stories.